My name is John Lyons. I'm the Highway Superintendent with the Town of Falmouth. This July will be my 25th anniversary with the Town of Falmouth. I just began this month in February my 12th year as superintendent. Prior to that, I was an equipment operator and played other roles. I was assistant superintendent for 2 years and worked in the field as well. Through this position, I've been fortunate, and through the town in general, I've been fortunate to be a member of the New England chapter of the American Public Works Association, which is a national organization. Additionally, I'm a member of the Massachusetts Highway Association as it pertains to Massachusetts itself. And I'm the most current past president of the Barnstable County Public Works Association. My term just ended in December. Where I served 2 years, and prior to that, I was served 2 years as vice president. The county association encompasses all 15 towns throughout Cape Cod. Our main objective in the Highway Division is to provide quality service to the residents of Falmouth. And we do that through the promotion of growth management, work-related safety practices, and responsiveness to residents' concerns and complaints. Where our main goal is to protect, preserve, and improve the town's infrastructure as it relates to the assets and so forth that the town has. We also continue to provide response as the first responders as our role with the local emergency planning committee. And we help with all type of disaster-related issues that occur throughout the year, whether it be major snow events, hurricanes, tropical storms, things of those nature. The Highway Division's annual operating budget is roughly $1.6 million. In addition to that, we have a capital improvement program that is devised throughout the town, and that is used for larger purchases. So the operating budget handles all the daily routine expenses that we incur throughout the year, and that covers salary and wages, it covers supplies, materials, everything else that is necessary for the division to function. The Highway Division is the largest of all the public works divisions, and we're fairly diverse in the sense that we provide a lot of different tasks throughout the town. And as far as the capital budget is concerned, that is used for larger reoccurring expenses such as vehicle replacement, road repair, sidewalk repair, stormwater issues, and as well as issues that come up for special projects and other things. In other words, if there was restoration of a stormwater dunes where there was erosion. We have something typical going on now in Mara Vista area. Those are all capital items. Those are planned ahead in advance, and money is allocated throughout the town in the various departments to take care of those items. The Highway Division itself is comprised of 21 full-time employees. As mentioned earlier, we are very diverse in the sense that we have several satellite locations that fall under the Highway Division. One being the Waste Management Facility out on Thomas B. Landers Road. We have 3 employees out there. The Eel Pond Bridge in Woods Hole, there's 1 full-time employee. There's 3 part-time seasonal employees there. The beach maintenance, which obviously is seasonal, there are 9 part-time seasonal employees that comprise that. That type of work consists of some pre-season and post-season work, and it's specific to beach maintenance, parking lots, rubbish collection, repairing fences, remarking parking lots, anything that has to do with the general maintenance of the beaches or the parking areas. In regards to snow and ice, we typically begin seasonal preparations in October, and that work consists of reviewing all the equipment, making any necessary repairs or adjustments. We typically make sure that we have enough supply on hand so that when the bad weather does hit, we're fully stocked or as close as we need to be to cover, the first few events, and then we just continually replenish our supplies as the season continues. The work that is involved in the vehicles and the plows and the sanders there's a lot of hydraulics involved in the plows and the sanders, so all the hoses are checked, the chains on the sanders are tightened, replaced if necessary, and everything obviously is greased and prepared and ready to go once the season begins. What happens usually when we have a storm event predicted is we obviously monitor the weather very closely, and we try to get out ahead of the storm at least two hours, sometimes 3, depending on the type of precipitation and the temperatures involved. And we pre-treat all of the main arteries. And this is done by plowing the salt mixture with the chemical, and what that does is it helps prevent the snow from bonding to the pavement. We'll start that process, and it typically takes about 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours for the sanding units to get through their respective routes. In that time, should the weather worsen and the conditions worsen, depending on what's starting to accumulate on the roads, we will stop that process as not to waste any product. And then we will go into a plow operation. Plowing typically occurs at 3 inches. It may be slightly less or over depending on the current conditions and the future conditions. And that's all based on the amount of moisture involved in the storm, the temperatures during and following the storm. So there's a lot of factors that play into part as far as how we handle these storms. It's good to note that each storm is